In this video, we're going to taste our Whiskey Merlot. I'm Greg.
I'm Julie, and we're the Crafty Winers. So this is kind of exciting. We actually have a guest star tonight on our show. Just happens to be our daughter, Haley. So we will bring her on here, and she's going to participate with us in this wine tasting, and she's pretty excited about it. I'm speaking for her, but I think she's pretty excited about it.
Is she? So this particular Merlot is only 3 weeks old. It was started 3 weeks ago, so it's young. We kind of like to taste them along the way. We don't drink very much of them because we fill them back up with marbles so that they don't have headroom.
He's lying. You should see how many marbles are in the bottle.
I'm running out of marbles. I'm running low on marbles. So, but yeah, this is a Whiskey Merlot. The initial gravity on it was 1.095. Final gravity was 0.996, so it's a 13.3 ABV wine. We did add the whiskey after the final gravity, so it's probably a little higher now. And we have tasted it before. We tasted it like a week ago. Mm-hmm. She hasn't, but Julie and I did, and it was pretty good. I'm not a huge whiskey person, even though I'm wearing the Pendleton shirt. But,
good advertising.
Yeah, but we were after something that's like a bourbon barrel, and we will be tasting a bourbon barrel or bourbon infused wine as well. But we never heard of anybody doing Pendleton, and we have a lot of friends that drink Pendleton. So
there's lots of cowboys in Idaho.
Lots of cowboys. And we have friends that are rodeo people, and if you're a rodeo person, you have to drink Pendleton. Seems like.
Oh, just a disclaimer for those of you out there that are questioning this. Our daughter Haley is of age to drink alcohol. She was born in 1997, so we're all good.
Are you sure it was 97?
I'm positive.
Just making sure.
Tristan was 96. I made that mistake once.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. But yes, 97. I won't tell the exact date, so
Thank you.
I'm not giving out all the deets.
Protecting my identity.
Exactly.
So we are going to be tasting wines from time to time that we have brewing. And I know there are going to be people that are going to say you shouldn't taste them at 3 weeks. And that's probably mostly true. But like I said, we like to kind of taste them along the way. We can get an idea whether they're getting close to being ready to be bottled. I'm pretty sure that this one won't be, but we could be surprised. Some of the other ones that we'll be tasting here in the next couple of weeks are ready to be bottled, and we know that they are. But we're giving Haley a chance to give her impressions of how they taste before we do that. And this may be something that we're going to do from time to time. We may bring on guests to experience the wines with us and give us their impressions. Unbiased, right, Haley?
Oh, yeah.
Unbiased.
100% unbiased. So I am going to hand out these sheets because we're going to actually grade what we think about these wines. And here's a pen for you. And I got a pen. We are going to use what we are going to call the Corgis scale for this rating.
Why are we calling it that?
Well, because of the cute little corgis that are laying right down here behind me. Pippin and Nori are joining in on the fun, so we are calling this the Corgi scale. So 1 through 5 paws, 5 paws being the best, and then if it's excellent, you give them a nose too. So 5 paws and a nose, best you can get.
So if you watched our video on specific gravity and hydrometers, we talked about our wine label, which also is Corgi because we love Corgis so much. So this is our labels for our bottles of wine that we make. It's called Pipinori or Pipinori.
Pipinori.
And the reason why it's called that is because of Pippin and Nori, and they're on the front of it. So we will
and they really look like that too.
We will be doing a video on bottling, and we'll show what these look like on a finished bottle soon. Fairly soon.
Okay.
You hadn't seen that before?
Yeah, I have seen it. It's cute.
I should
Well-
say they look just like that minus the flowers because we can't keep the flowers in our hair.
Or sitting still.
Or sitting still. Or pretty much anything.
Well, they're sitting still right now. They're underneath our feet.
That's true. It's where they like to be.
If somebody knocks on the door,
Oh, you didn't fool them.
if somebody knocks on the door,
Do do do. Do do do.
Or if you say,
just takes Haley.
bad cat.
Bad kitty.
There they are.
They're gonna go find that kid.
Just kidding, Pippin.
It's all good.
Just kidding.
That was
Good
a
job.
test.
Good job.
That was
Come
just a
here.
test.
Okay. Lay down. Good girls.
Do we need further ado, or should we try
No,
this?
I think, why don't we go ahead and taste this? We got to do our cheers.
This is the first one of the night that we're going to be tasting, so in it, I can detect the
I
whiskey.
smell something. First thing I smell is wine.
Yep. There's a little burn at the end. Definitely has the
Oh.
whiskey.
Oh yeah, it takes a minute, but it's there.
It's not too much,
I think you might need just a little bit more
maybe.
of the whiskey, maybe.
It wouldn't hurt it.
Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit more, just so it's a little more, I mean, not overpowering, but a little more prominent that you actually recognize that it's
Whiskey.
whiskey in there.
But that burn is kind of cool. I mean, it's,
Yeah, it's kind of at the back of your throat, a little bit.
and I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how much I want to taste it, but I mean, I definitely could see that it could take more.
I think it's really nice where it is right now. But
So we did a batch label video. If you haven't watched it, you should. It tells how we do our batch labels, and I'll just flash this. I don't have a camera set up to show it, but then you wouldn't be able to read my writing either. Anyway, so
No,
but we mentioned in that that every time that we do a tasting, we're going to put notes on the batch label. So in addition to scoring it, and we'll probably put the score on the batch label too, because why not? But
yeah,
we'll put. It's going to need to be a consensus of what we kind of all feel about the taste of the wine. I'll put on the batch label because if we decide we want to make Whiskey Merlot again, this will be an important detail that's going to be, we liked it. Everybody liked it, so let's make it again. Between the recipe and the batch notes, you'd know exactly how to recreate it the same way.
we'll just average the pause together to come up with the final score.
The magic pencil showed up. So today is the 8th of March, 2024. But I don't know what I'm saying yet. Had a tasting. So I think I did most of the talking. What do you think about it,
I really like it.
The base wine taste.
Yeah.
Can you tell? Can you distinguish that from the whiskey?
I can, yeah. It's the first taste that you get before it kind of finishes with the nice whiskey taste.
Is it better than Black Box?
Oh my gosh, yes. No comparison. I didn't know what to expect, but wow.
I didn't pay her to say that, I promise. Sorry,
What?
Black Box.
Do you think more or less whiskey?
Maybe a tiny bit more, but you definitely don't want to overdo it.
That's why we're doing it in small little increments.
Yeah, you can't take the whiskey out very easily. But you can always add a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we call it what we do craft wines. and I've been calling this infused. It's not technically infused because you're actually putting the ingredient into it. But if you think about it, bourbon barrel or whiskey barrel aged wine, when it's got bourbon in it, the bourbon particles are going into the cask, and then when you put wine in it, those particles are coming back out. It's not much different than just putting the particles directly into it. It's just not happening via an oak cask, but it's not that much different.
And we didn't have any bourbon barrel casks
Laying
sitting around.
So we did actually put an amount of whiskey directly into the 1 gallon batch. And when we have this perfected, we will give you the recipe with the quantities and everything that you need to know to make this. Apparently right now it still needs a little bit of adjustment. So, but it is really good.
It's got the whiskey burn that you feel when you take a shot of Pendleton, but it just doesn't have the upfront flavor.
Yeah, you don't taste it.
Of the
You don't
whiskey.
really, you can smell it and you can feel it in the burn after you swallow. I can. I don't really taste oak,
I don't really either.
but I think that's because it's only been sitting on it for when it was.
Yeah, it probably needs more time on the oak, for sure.
It was oaked on the 25th, so 2 weeks ago. It's only been sitting on the oak for 2 weeks. So,
Yeah, so
that
that'll
makes
change.
sense.
But it's definitely not ready to bottle.
No.
No. Well, should we give it a rating?
1 to 5 paws.
1 to 5 paws on the
Okay,
Corgi scale.
Nobody peek.
Okay. Take this over here.
I'll show them all at the same time.
Okay.
Hold on.
No rush.
Haley's a little slow.
That was rude.
She has test anxiety. That's all it is.
So the consensus on the whiskey is it needs a little more.
Yep. And definitely more time sitting on the oak. That will probably complement the whiskey.
Okay.
So make it a
So
little drier.
needs a little more whiskey and more oak time. So we probably don't want to try this again for, I'm guessing, at least maybe 3-4 weeks. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Gave it 3 paws, and she actually drew paws.
Oh, artist.
Like little bear paws.
She gave it 4.
4.
Wow.
Oh, you're not going to have much room to grow when we taste some of the other.
I really, really liked it.
Well, she can add a nose.
That is
That's true.
Yeah. She could even add a tail. I mean, if we're talking about Nori.
What about the little fluffy butt?
Or fluffy butt. Corgi butt.
You both
So-
said 3.
3.
Yep.
About 3 and 0.4 average.
Yeah. So not bad.
Consistent.
Not bad. Okay, so now we're going to get to the good stuff. You know, on Hot Ones, they always pull out this list of questions that they ask the guest star. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
and you
Okay,
prepared
thank you.
questions?
We're going to start asking you personal questions.
Oh,
These would be,
What?
the answers might be better by the third tasting.
I don't think I'm famous enough yet.
You're famous in our eyes.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, I think that was a pretty good first tasting.
Yeah. First ever. First.
First. Well, thank you, Haley, for helping us out on this. So, if you like this video, please like it and hit subscribe and tell it you want to see all our videos, and you will get to see everything we put out. We're trying to put out a lot of fresh new content. We'll just keep them coming. Thank you for watching, and cheers.
Oh, the glass is empty.
Oh, her glasses empty.
liked it.
That's how
Sorry.
much she liked it.
It was good.